Welcome, guys. I'll do my best to enjoy a pipe here in these frigid conditions. Oh my God, it's cold. And ready. Cabbies and a Radici GG sandblasted billiard GG. GG is the size, I believe, unless I'm wrong. I never had a Radici before. Although I do have many Italian pipes. Some of which I have on me. Oh, yeah. The GG must be huge, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Every manufacturer has their own lettering. All right. We're going to finish off a little capstan blue. It is now empty. I have about a 3/4 of a bowl. It's about 34 degrees with a little bit of brisk wind. It's going to be hard to get the sucker wind too. The wind coming from the side here. 0.9 inch. Okay. Well, I got the charring light going on. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Here in this part of the world, the way people stay warm are through these bubbles, which unfortunately they did not allow this hobby to be enjoyed in those. That was surprisingly easy to light, actually. I do not remember February being this cold before. That's very nice. Sounds like I'm in church. Having finished this tin now over the last week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Still stick by my recommendation. It is Nothing short of fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. New GLP's blend Windjammer. It sounds fairly similar to Hotto's, but in flake form with rum. Ooh. Pepper. I can't even feel my fingers holding it. That's how numb they are. I like the idea that I like the idea that it's rum based. It's ready rubbed, right? Yeah. It's the only way that. Okay. If you look really closely, it does say ready rubbed right there. I didn't know they made two different versions of it, but it's all the same to me, regardless. The Windjammer does. I don't like the name. It sounds like a Beach Boys album. Although I do like the Beach Boys. Oh, they do have a flake. Okay. Picture is blurry. No, the picture looks pretty decent. This is definitely the built-in camera. This is not the external camera. So it's definitely lower quality than previous videos. That's for sure. Hopefully not too blurry. I didn't know that instead of rum versus brandy, I did not know Hotto's was supposed to be brandy. Because I have smoked Hotto's before. Oh, blurry for the text. Sure. Yeah. That's the limitations of the built-in camera. I didn't know Hotto's touted to be brandy. I always got kind of a whatchamacallit? What's that red fruit? God, a pomegranate. I always got like a pomegranate taste from Hotto's. I should say a slight pomegranate taste. It could be my bad memory. I haven't smoked Hotto's in 4 years, I think. And to be fair, I was not used to that type of topping from the GLP's line. So I had Hotto's. Actually, did not like it the first time I had it. A year later, discovered Cairo from GLP's. Really loved it, and then realized Hotto's is not that far apart. So I'm sure now, if I went back to Hotto's, I'd really enjoy it. Just finished 10 of Hotto's and might order some Windjammer to try. Cabbies, man. There's one sound I don't like. It is that sound. There was a young kid down in Atlanta. He used to have a YouTube channel. I forget his name. But I knew he was in Atlanta. He was close to the baseball stadium, the Braves stadium. He was a big Cabbies fan. And based on one of his recommendations, I eventually bought it. This is going back 3 years ago. I bought 2 tins, I remember. Wait, is that not McClellan? I thought that was a McClellan blend. I don't think you buy it anymore. But I bought it. It was good. Can't recall what it tasted like. I got talked into a lot of blends, though. Peterson's 3Ps being one of them. GOP's blend seems so much better to my palate and more refined than Cornell and Gill, even though blended by the same. Yeah, fair point. I would agree with that point, by the way. It is the same raw materials. It is in the same blended in the exact same location. A little more aging, slightly different toppings, maybe a little more separation of the tobaccos in terms of this batch looks a little better, let's make this GLPs. But other than that, I know they don't, well, at the time, when I did my video tour there, it's not like they're sourcing different raw tobaccos for the GLPs line versus Cornell Deal line. But with the price difference, they have to do some internal separation toward better blends go this way, slightly less good blends go that way, or raw materials go that way. I would have to assume that's true. Raghav, welcome. Raghav, where are you coming in from? Calling in from, I should say. Caddy's Mixture. Oh, San Diego with. Sorry. Okay. Would you say GLPs and Embarcadero is similar to? Well, I've had Embarcadero. I assumed it was a C&D. I didn't know it was GLPs, but that makes sense. Absolutely not, Ryan. In a blind taste test, would I say they're like wildly different? No, but Embarcadero. I'm going to go on mute here. Embarcadero has cigar length. Okay. And Raghav, what are you smoking? What's the last bowl you've enjoyed? I would agree, Ryan. S. Sunday Picnic, 4 or 5 years ago when I first had it, magic. 2 years ago, still magic. A year ago when I got it, a little less magical. Never harsh, just I got less and less flavor over time. The components, the mixture is still there. I love the formula, so to speak, but batch to batch, a lot of variation. But if I would have bought 10 pounds like 4 years ago, that would have been amazing stuff. I remember my first bowl of Sunday Picnic so much that I recall what I did while smoking that first tin. I'm not going to say so different, but it had a distinct characteristic that I remember picking up. This 8-ounce tin. I was very committal at the time. I grabbed an 8-ounce tin and I turned it around. I'm like, what is in this that makes it taste so different from anything I had at the time? And I remember seeing, it was the first time I ever saw the word Izmir before. I didn't see it on the website before I bought it. I actually was smoking it and looked on the back of the tin. And then I Googled it, and then I realized that I might be an Oriental fan. Turns out I was. Turns out I continued to be. Turns out I still am. Something amazing about Orientals. Oriental blend, I should say. Which is why I prefer Balkans over English blends. Balkans, I think by definition, should, but maybe not always, have a decent amount of Oriental component in the mix. A little bit of Oriental can make a big difference. Raghav, as soon as you said the word Sutliff, I didn't have to read the rest of your post. As soon as you said Sutliff, and then vanilla, and then custard, I would have to predict that I would not enjoy that as well. My favorite GLP's blends thus far are Fillmore, which I have in the bag here. Love me some Fillmore. Sixpence, been a while since I had that. Union Square, I've had many tins of that, although it's been a while. Never had Stonehenge. Telegraph Hill, I know I've had Telegraph Hill in Montgomery from GLP's, because they don't really have a distinct marketing kind of a wrapper around the tin. Some of those yellowish brown GLP's tins, they're hard. I enjoy them. I know I like them. I recognize names I bought, but I can't separate Montgomery from Telegraph Hill in my mind because there's no unique tin art to like plant a memory in your brain of like, oh, it's that purple tin. I know I like that stuff. So, but I know I've had Telegraph Hill. I know I enjoy it. Never had Stratford. Too much propylene glycol, that's what PG stands for. And flavoring, no tobacco taste at all. Yeah, Raghav, I would, hopefully you're not surprised by that. I would assume that most, but not all, of Sutliff stuff is going to be, it's going to have a lot of PG on it. It's going to be kind of like Lane tobaccos. Not all Lane tobaccos, but, Lane 1Q. Great blend, no joke. I'm not an aromatic smoker, but I love Lane 1Q. It's got a lot of PG on it, though. It's one of the exceptions. Surprisingly, even though I'm not an aromatic myself, I can handle them better now than when I started pipe smoking. If in a pinch and craving pipe, Boswell has the best aromatics I've tried. Keyword being in a pinch, Ryan. I would agree. I had some, actually, hold on a second. Hold on. I just bought some Boswell stuff. Oh, shoot. Not on me right now. I went through a Boswell revisit. Maybe it's in the bag here. Yeah, some Boswells right here. Countryside Railroad Station Magnum Blend Northwoods. I bought those 4. Unfortunately, I left Railroad Station at my last Airbnb and I didn't get to smoke much of it. That was my favorite. Countryside is probably number 2. Yeah, Northwoods got a lot of fanfare back in the day. I don't disagree that it is amazing for those who love that harder core English blend. Perfectly fine for me. It's not something I crave. Railroad Station, I think, has some Oriental in it. So I think Railroad Station from Boswell is still my favorite. Northwoods, though, I'm sorry, Countryside, though. Talk about a good dessert blend. A little more Cavendish, a which usually I don't like, but for one bowl a day, countryside, it tastes like dessert, a high quality dessert. I would disagree, Ryan. Railroad Station is a slightly tamed down cousin of Northwoods in my mind. David, can you stand any light Lakeland? Stonehenge flake is great. Absolutely, I can stand a light Lakeland. For example, it's not in the bag right now. I talked about this in the last couple of videos. Man, there's a lot of turnout for a Sunday afternoon. I can stand a little Lakeland because in the last couple live streams, some of which are still posted on my channel, dark bird's eye. I bought 4 ounces of dark bird's eye, smoked several bowls on camera here the last couple weeks. I would say it's the lightest Lakeland out of Gallatin. You can taste it if you're looking for it, but it does not hit you in the face by any means. Glenn, welcome. Glenn, I checked out your channel. I had no idea you're still making videos. Checked out, it was a couple days ago. Checked out your channel. Boswell does Cavendish correctly. I would agree with that. Remember your old videos? Different Orientals. I think it was, yeah, the McClellan Pure Oriental series. I'm not sure it was the Pure Oriental series. I think it was just the Oriental series. They were pure to me, though. Oh, I barely feel my hands. It's good to be a catalyst blend. It's good to be a catalyst blend. You tried Westminster? No, I would recommend. I would recognize whether or not I had Westminster. I've seen the tin. Never ordered it. Something seemed a little too one. Oh, quickly. Someone needs to build a pipe that has like a hand warmer built into the bowl. So this is the only time I wish I had a hot burning pipe or tobacco. Even in a 10-mile-an-hour wind, the retrohale on capstan is still fantastic. The only faux pas that I made over the last couple weeks. Let me see if I can grab it here. Is that? Oh, come on! In my last order of 1,000 pipe cleaners, which is my normal order, I mistakenly got the tapered pipe cleaners, which is always a pipe smoker's biggest fear. You get a big order in, get all the tobaccos you wanted. No surprise there. You open it up, you see all these pipe cleaners, which I take a lot of enjoyment in. And then you realize you forgot it defaults to you buy BJ Long 100s and you fill your cart up with it. For whatever reason, you have to specifically choose the normal ones, non-tapered. By default, you get the tapered. So I'm now sitting on 950 tapered pipe cleaners, which means you can only use one side of them easily. The other side, you got to ram it in the pipe. Not fun. So I'm going to use my beard trimmer, and I'm going to turn these tapered pipe cleaners into normal ones, little by little. Take care, Raga. Put Sandy small batch monster in your pipe. I've had Monster. I don't think they make Monster anymore. I bought that over Halloween like 3 years ago. Maybe they still do. I haven't even looked. I do not rave about Black Sea soap. I hated that one. Samson and Drama Reserve, close tie for me in the video. I think I preferred Drama Reserve. It was close tie. I remember that. Just smoked a rare bowl of classic Samson yesterday. I remember the tins like they were yesterday. I remember Drama Reserve was in a white tin. Samson's was in a slightly green tin. I remember I mixed some of that monster stuff with whole leaf burley. That was a tornado. Of its own kind. I'm gonna be able to hold out here for like another 7 minutes. Oh, look at the weather here. A little rain, a little 35 degree, 34 degree weather. Glenn, that's a trivia question to you. What pipe do you think it is? This is the original Boswell. 2013. Yeah, 2013. They always use the Dremel tool at the bottom, as you can tell. Glad I have a little bit of the Boswell blend left here. No, I just had it. Oh, I didn't have a bowl of this earlier. This is, tell you what. We were talking about Izmir a little earlier. The Sunset Harbor. I bought this about 2 months ago when I was in Georgia. Some good stuff. This is some good stuff. I don't think it's that popular. A lot of people don't talk about it. I'm not a big English fan. This is Balkan, or a classic Balkan style, what they say. Made with the finest Izmir Oriental. This gives me my white Oriental fix with a decent amount of latakia in it. Exactly. I've had Star of the East Rhine, but it's been so long. I think I recall Star of the East being a straight up English. I don't remember. I could be wrong. The Star of the East was a Balkan, that it did have Oriental. Maybe. Again, it's not the size of the pipe, Glenn. It's how you use it. But yes, that was a ginormous pipe. I always had a little bias against Star of the East just because by the time I actually bought it, so many people loved it that I thought I didn't want to smoke something that I should like. I wanted to kind of discover a blend of my own, so to speak. But I don't really have that problem with a lot of things. But I think there's a lot of English lovers that just said Star of the East, Star of the East. And the same Magnum Opus is another one of those examples. Magnum Opus from Pipes and Cigars, Hearth and Home. I bought some of that. I would actually like to revisit that. Actually, on that note, Pipes and cigars, the whole Hearth and Home series. I have not ordered any of that because you can't get it from Smoking Pipes, and that's where the only place I've ordered from in the last 3 years for a variety of reasons. But some of that Hearth and Home stuff, Black Knight, White Knight, that would be worth revisiting for sure. Anytime I see the word Ardor, I just want to smile. But guys, I am freezing. I can't feel anything, so I'm going to let you go. Have a great Valentine's Day, and we will see you next time. Take care.